Okay, students, so we have a quiz tomorrow, February 7th, so make sure that you're ready. There are two sets of notes that I've given you that you need to go over. We are going to discuss triangles and we are going to discuss circles. Okay, so let's give you a preview of triangles and what you need to know. For triangles, number one, you need to know that each angle, okay, all three angles have to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so angle A, B, and C, when you add them up, it has to equal 180 degrees. Okay, number two, in triangles, you need to know that the triangles have three sides, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the two smaller sides have to add up, okay, greater than the third side. So for example, let's say this is 3 inches, this is 5 inches, and this is 10 inches. These two, 3 plus 5, have to be greater than the longer one. If it is not, this cannot make a triangle. So for example, this one here cannot make a triangle. Okay? So the two smaller sides have got to be greater than the third side. So side 1 plus side 2 have to be greater than side 3. Okay? And that is a rule that needs to occur. So make sure that you understand that in triangles. Okay, now looking at angles very carefully. Whenever you see this little box like that, okay, even if it doesn't tell you that it is 90 degrees, you need to know that this is a 90-degree angle. Now, if this is a 90-degree angle, then you know that this one is going to be a 90-degree angle, this one is going to be a 90-degree angle, and this one is going to be a 90-degree angle. Okay, so this is called a right angle, and it is 90 degrees. Now, a line segment, which would be this one and this one, this whole entire thing that makes up a line, will be 90 and 90. That is 180 degrees. Okay, now let's talk about vertical lines. Let's say I tell you that this one is 25 degrees. Okay, then it will be very simple. Any other angle that shares lines and that share the same vertices, okay, so the same vertice is this little V right here, okay, and it shares the line. Look, this line is shared with this line, and this line is shared with this line, are called vertical. That's my dog. Actually, I promised you guys I was going to show you Pikachu, and I'm going to do that right now. Hey, Pikachu, where are you? Say hi. Say hi to everyone. Say hi. Well, obviously, that's dumb of me. He's not going to say hi. Well, guys, this is Pikachu, and I'm going to let him out. Okay, go. Go outside so I can keep on. Come on. Go. Oh, and that's Coda, by the way, guys. Say, all right, so you just saw the pets. I told you one day I was going to show you my animals, and that was them. All right, back to work. So these are called vertical angles. So if this is 25, the one that shares the vertices and the same lines is also going to be 25. Okay? Now, once you know that pretty easy, then it's very easy for you to find this one because this is a line segment. And what do we know about this? Well, if this is 25, this thing here has to be 180. So if this is 25 plus this one plus x has to be 180. And that's where you use your algebra. Okay, so if this is 25, this has to be something that is going to equal 180. So let's isolate the x. You subtract 25, you subtract 25, and then this is 155. And 155 and 25 is 180. And now if this is 155, then the one right across is going to be 155. All right. Sorry, guys, I'm still a little sick. All right, now, let's look at another example that, knowing all of this, that you're going to be seeing in the test. Let's say you have an angle that says this is x plus 8, and this is x. And you want to know, the question is, what is x? Okay, the first thing when you look at this, I want you to say to yourself, what do I know? Well, you know if this is x, this is x, is this is x plus 8, this is x plus 8. But what else do we know? Well, we know that this has to be 180, right? So we know this plus this has to be 180. Now, once you get that, then it's easy for you to solve, okay? Because we already know all this has to equal 180. So you just write it here, x plus 8, x plus 8 has to be 180. Okay? And now you combine like terms. If you have an x and an x, that is 2x. Bring your 8 down and bring this down. And now we're going to solve for x. We're going to subtract 8. Subtract 8. You got rid of this. This becomes 172. And this, you just rewrite it. 2x equals 172. And I ran out of stuff here. Let me just put the paper. So in order for me to get rid of that, the 2 and the x together, that means 2 times x. In order for me to get rid of it, I'm going to divide by 2. Okay, that cancels out. Whatever I do to the left, I do to the right. I divide that 172 divided by 2. And now I'm left with x equals 172 divided by 2. And I don't have my calculator. I'll just do it really quick. So 172 divided by 2, 8, 16, 1, 2, 6. X equals 62. Okay, so that's my answer. X equals 62. 62. Now, if this question was, what is x? But let's say the question is, what is angle B? You always have to read the questions carefully. So if I say, what is angle B? Well, the answer is not going to be 62. You're going to get the 62. You're going to plug it into the x. And then it's 62 plus 8, which is 70. That's angle B. That will be your answer. Okay? And then that's it, guys. That very simple. All right. I did something wrong in that one. I don't think it's 62. Oh, it's 86. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm really not feeling good. It's x equals 86, not 62. Okay, but that's just an example. All right. Now, again, I'm going to do this one very quickly. Let's say this one is x minus 10, and this one is x, and I say, what is x? The question is, what is x? Well, you first thought, okay, thought number one is, what do I already know? Well, I already know that this line segment here has to equal 180. So this plus this has to equal 180. Now let's make an equation. X minus 10 plus x has to equal 180. Okay, now combine like terms. X and x is 2x. You got rid of this. Minus 10 equals 180. Okay, now plus 10 to get rid of this side, plus 10 to get rid of, whatever you do here, you do here. This is going to give me 190. Rewrite everything, 2x. To get rid of that x, that 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And now you have x equals 190 divided by 2. 9, 18, 5. So x equals 95. Okay? All right. So that's kind of what you're going to see in the test. This is all triangles. All right? So that's all you have to know. Just make sure a whole line segment is 180. One of the little areas like this, it's 90 degrees. if it's perfect. Now it doesn't, if this is 90 degrees, this is going to be 90 degrees, this is going to be 90 degrees, this is going to be 90 degrees, and voila, it's a circle which is 360 degrees. Okay, if you have a little angle and it says this is 100 degrees, then you know this one is going to be 100 degrees. And if this is 100 degrees, okay, and a line segment is 180, then you know that this has to be 80. And if this is 80, then this is 80. Okay, so I mean, it's quite simple. If by any chance you get a triangle, what did we say about triangles? Triangles, all three of them have to equal 180. So it's the same thing as the line segment, or like a vertice. Let's say this one here, they're not giving it to you, but it has the little box. Then you know that this is 90. This one might say X. And this one might say X minus 5. But you know that all three of them have to equal 180. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go X minus 5 plus 90 plus X is going to equal 180. So once you have that information, you're going to go ahead and you're going to solve. Okay, and X and another X is 2X. Minus 5 plus 90 is plus 85. Equals 180. Subtract 85, subtract 85. Okay? This is 95. 2x equals, divide by 2, divide by 2. You can use your calculator and that's going to give you x. Okay? And then you can plug it in here, and you can plug it in here and do this equation, and you're going to get all three angles. And then to check your work, add, 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 and it should be 180. All right, go to the next video. The next video is going to be on circles.